Honestly, we didn't really take many, we were busy.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
Yes. And somebody else might post pictures, you know.
Right? We do not want to go swing. That's why my day's been going.
Yeah.
But like I said, something weird energy-wise is going on in this world, and it needs to stop.
It does need to stop.
I can just sit up here. Oh, that smells really good tonight. And I'm glad I have a tank on underneath this, so. Because I would like to try to do some down dog. Why don't you scooch up? I know.
Just promise me you won't watch.
I have to kind of watch it.
I know. Since there's nobody else looking at it, right?
It works. So, put the blocks down at one end right now. So I know that we both have tight hamstrings and hips. So, you know, we're gonna do yoga for us tonight. How about that?
Yeah.
How exciting. So there might be a time that you might want to have a blanket handy to help elevate your hips or something. So let's start with inhale up and swan dive down. Bend your knees, round your spine, pull everything up, shoulders back and down. Do it again. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Roll up. Swan dive. We're going to put your hands on your blocks. Hold. Shift your weight back through your hips, right and left. It's amazing, isn't it? Let me just turn this down, shall we? There we go. Yeah. It's been that day. All right. So go ahead and go back to a plank and then drop to your knees. So think about your chest pushing forward towards the windows, but keep your hips elevated. Pull your hips up more so you don't feel your back. Can you feel your abs? Yes, perfect. Feel a lot of arms. Set your hips back to your heels. Feel the opening up of your back. Relax your armpits towards the floor, stretch into your shoulder blades. And pull yourself with the hands and knees. We're going to take your left leg. I'm going to change the blocks a little bit. It gives me a little more height, first of all, and room to slide that leg forward. So I actually want my foot to be slightly in front of my knee. So when I lunge forward, I can find my hip flexor on my right side. Abs are up and in. So right now I'm pitched forward with it. I'm going to change that in a moment. We're going to relax into your right hip flexor, inner thigh on your left. We're going to flip the blocks up and then bring them a little more back towards your hips. And depending on where you're at, depends on if you do flat hands, which is a little low for me. I can actually do knuckles, all right? And relax into the hips. Big stretch. And we're going to rock the hips back, straightening that front leg, pulling your toes towards the ceiling. Now, this is up to you. You can take the blocks back so you have a little platform, and you can sit on your right leg, or you can stay up. Totally up to you. So I like using my hands to control how much stretch I have going on. Because it's more about my front leg than my underneath leg. Point your foot out front. Push the toes down towards the floor. Now flex them. Find that stretch. Now shift your body weight forward to come back up. Again, you might need to bring your blocks with you. I know I do. I'm going to take that leg out a little further forward and find that lunge position where you're leaning into that thigh. Stretch into that right hip flexor again. I'm going to stack the blocks up tall so I can go to that, and I can go to palms, right? So that's my gauge. So I don't want to lean forward. I want to have my chest up, away from my thighs. We're going to walk your left foot to the side of the mat. So we're creating a space for your body. And again, we're going to take that hand down and down. Relax your hips. This is going to be kind of a different way to get out of it. I want to take my leg onto the floor, straighten it. Oops, blocks the leg. And I'm just letting it drop down. Hi, can I help you? And slide it around. And bring it back. Can I help you? Mm-hmm. I have no words. It's so weird. This is our time. Jeez. Take your right foot forward. And again, you might want to stack the blocks up high. And here we go again. So lean into your right thigh. I don't know how many businesses don't. I mean, I'm just going to smile and say, this is my Zen time. I need to relax and enjoy it. Breathe into the peppermint and cinnamon aroma that's going on in the room. We're going to walk it back. And again, try to sit up really tall through the chest. Popping the hips forward. Big stretch on the left hip flexor. And rock the hips back. And again, take the blocks with you. Because you don't have to sit into this. You can come here. I like trying to get as much out of it as I can. But I have to use the blocks to help with the pressure in that lower leg at first. Because the top of my foot is like, oh my gosh. So your front leg is flexed, your foot is flexed. Now point the toe. And flex the foot. Find the stretch in the back of the leg. Rock your chest forward. Bring the blocks with you. And again, this time I want you to slide your foot out again. So it's out front, and then find that lunge. So again, I'm with my thigh at first. Releasing the hips. Relax, relax, relax. And again, take your chest back. Find the stretch in that hip flexor, in the top of your quad. We're gonna walk your right foot to the edge of the mat and come on down. And then I just want to feel a little heavy, especially in that right hip flexor area. I feel like I'm just dropping down. We're going to take your right foot to the side and then bring it back and around and sit back into a shell pose. And come up, hands and knees. So I'm going to put a blanket where my knees are going to be. So we started off in a kneeling lunge position. And because officially this is a restorative yoga class, I'm not doing a flow concept. I'm just kind of easing into a mix. How about that? I want to take my right leg back out to that kneeling lunge position. Now my back knee is elevated. And you're like, why are we elevating the back knee? Well, because we're going to take that foot off the floor. So I'm going to start with my body over my thigh. Bend your back knee, point your toe towards the ceiling. Find your quad. So I want to start there. And chest is lifted. Can you keep your leg there, baby step back. Up tall. You should feel your hips still popping forward and feel your quad a little more now. Release your foot to the floor. And you should feel like you can take that front foot a little further forward and sit into the lunge now. So we're just making baby steps forward. And again, we're going to take that left foot, I move the block to the inside, slide out, and around, bring it in. So we're doing range of motion as well. Taking the right leg forward. Again, your body goes with your thigh. So I'm leaning forward first. Finding the stretch in that left quad into your hip flexor. Make sure your knee's comfortable before you start. Pick the left foot up. Oh, it didn't take much. We're going to walk back. Keep that leg lifted, foot lifted, up tall. And again, you're sending your hips forward. Abs are in. Place the foot down. Now you should feel like you can shift forward or move your front foot forward and lower into the groin a little bit more. So tomorrow, you'll feel all these again. All right, block goes on the inside. Find your body weight on the block. Slide the leg out, back and around. And again, sit back and recover. And hands and knees. We're going to have a seat on the blanket first. have to open up your hips a little bit more before we can go to the next piece. So I think the blanket's high enough. I think the blocks would be a little too high. Bottom leg goes under. Top leg goes over the top. Nice and tall. Take a breath. As you exhale, bring that right knee towards your left armpit so you feel your outside of your hip. Release the knee. We're going to slide your ankle up onto your knee. A little press down. Oh. It doesn't take a lot. It's like a head. So I'm prepping you for pigeon pose. I know it takes a while. So we've been doing this for, I'll say 17 minutes. I'm just prepping to get to pigeon pose. It should be a little easier to get into officially. I'm going to take the leg out. I'm going to switch them around. So I think the biggest problem with pigeon pose, and again, we're taking the left knee toward your right armpit, is the leg is not supposed to be up underneath you. The lower leg is supposed to be parallel with the end of your mat. So people do it wrong all the time. So they usually have it underneath them like that, and it's supposed to be laying sideways like that. Not all of us can do that. Hence the reason the blocks and the blankets and whatnot. And again, release that hip down. And release the knee. Slide the ankle to the top of the knee. So tall. I'm holding on, yeah, I just hold on to my foot. Place, that's it. It's like it didn't move anywhere. But you can feel your hip joint. Actually, I can feel kind of both of them actually. Someone goes, how can you be so tight in your hips and teach yoga? And I'm like, because I teach a jillion other classes and I don't get to stretch like I would like. Yeah, I'm getting older. And things just tighten up quicker and it's a battle. Sometimes you gotta pick your battle. You want cardio, you want strength, you want flexibility, because it's hard to do all of the above. Right. Yeah, when you're 25, you still have the options. And then 35 is not so bad. And then 45, you can see some differences, but I'm almost 55, you know. All right, we're gonna release. Take it out. Just straighten your legs. Make everything kind of happy, happy, happy. Shake them out, shake them out. Nice. Where do we want to start? Rocks at the end. So, because I know we're going to be bending our knee like we did earlier, I'm going to unfold the blanket just a little bit. I just need a little extra padding, not a platform of padding, right? So I'm trying to make sure everything's lined up before I get started. How about that? That should work. So going back to that kneeling lunge with let's start with your left foot forward. So you should be able to get into it fairly easy. Not, I mean, you can feel the stretch, but it's not like intense. Now we're gonna move the blocks out. Hands go on the floor. I like going on the inside edge of my leg because I get stuck otherwise. I don't know how, I'm like, if you're so low, there's no way to touch the floor. So you should feel like you're considering these a little easier now. All right, so let's start by taking your left foot over to the right. And I'm not full out weight on it. I just have the inside of my foot on the floor and just kind of rocking. Releasing the hips. I'm going to take it over so you can actually pick it up and slide it now. So I can feel kind of more on the top of my foot on the outside edge. And I'm not trying to go any deeper than this because I can feel my hip joint. So officially, this is a better pigeon than what we normally do. Because you can feel your IT band. Now, go ahead and let your knee bend underneath you. So that puts, there you go. Go to your blocks, then your forearms. Because I don't want to like a lot of pressure on your knee, but I need to loosen up in that hip joint. And you can slide your right leg back if you need to, all that good stuff. Go ahead and bend your right knee. Straighten it. All right, so we're going to change the blocks. Make a little taller tower for yourself. But I want you to keep releasing your hips. We're just changing the angle a little bit at a time. And change the tower, tall tower this time. So a little higher up. Go ahead and bend that right knee. Relax your left hip. Straighten the leg. And we're going to go to smaller tower, medium tower, and the blocks come back closer to your hips. And if that's a little tall for you, knock them down to the small ones. So now you can feel your chest lifted, you can feel your lower back working. Relax your right hip flexor, feel your belly stretch. Bend your right knee. Find the stretch in your quads like I do. And release your leg down. We're going to take your block and bring it up front. And I like having kind of a double platform because I want to feel sturdy, right? So I'm going to turn my shoulder now towards my back leg. It can happen. Now release your hips down. For 4, 3, 2, and out. I know, right? I'm gonna slide the leg forward. Oh, and shaky, 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 because oh my goodness, right? So when you come up, you can feel all of that. But it took us 25 minutes to get to that, which is super crazy, but that's what it takes. So at night, like tonight when I get home, I will throw my foot up on the bed, lay forward, And then I'll go into a modified pigeon pose again, lay forward so I can stretch this out yet again. So in the morning, I'll be able to walk. So, left knee stays on, right leg goes forward, slide through. And because we have the opportunity to do this tonight, I was like, oh yes. So a lot deeper stretches. Chest is lifted. Release your hips. Bend that back knee. Pull. It's super tight on that side. Ow. And set it down. All right, so here we go again. I want to take my foot, walk it over. I'm going to see it's on the left side of my body. As I go forward, my knee's going to bend and kind of lay to the side. But I'm not trying to lower down on it. I'm trying to find a comfortable spot. Oh my goodness. And you can feel your hip joint. And come off of it. We're going to build taller towers, bring them back towards our hip, because I want to bend that knee a little bit more and bring it in. If I can figure out how to do that. There we go. So we can sit down into this. So I don't know if you can do this. I pick up my knee and set it back, and it's easier to get into this, right? Go ahead and short towers. Forearms first. Once you're there, try and relax. Just deepening the stretch. And build your tower up one notch. And we're lifting through the chest. And build the tower a little taller. You can stay on your forearms. All right, so bend your back knee. Pick up that quad again. Get ready for it pretty quick. Relax your right inner thigh. And take the leg down. All right, so build your platform wherever you need. So I'm actually holding some of my body weight with my arms, so I can kind of like, okay, where can I go? And I'm really working for that stretch in my belly. Bend that back knee. Find the stretch. So we're really finding the stretch in the front side of our body tonight. And straighten the leg. All right, so we're going to bring those blocks around. And again, stack your platform. Make it solid for yourself. Turn your chest towards the back wall. Drop your groin as much as you can. Ready? Bend the back knee. I know, it's all right. If you have to sit over, it's okay. For 4, 3, 2, release. Just go ahead and have a seat on your right glute. Just sit down and swing your legs around front. Oh my gosh. All right? You can tell we've done some like super deep stretches. You're like, I can move, I got this, right? But you can definitely tell that tomorrow's going to be interesting. So bring the blanket out front. You can put your heels on it. So you have a stretch. So, and then this is gonna sound weird. So use your hands behind you, kick your heels up. Now push forward, and it should slide your legs out. And then come up. Keep it crank, keep it crank, don't crank, don't crank. It's gonna crank. But you went out further without working too hard. Go ahead, bring your legs in. Go ahead and slide back. Put your legs in a comfortable position where you can have a little bit of a stretch, but not like, oh my gosh. So now you're where you ended without trying, right? I know, it's kind of cool. Yeah. So here we go again. Pick up your heels, slide your stuff forward, and hold the spot. So I started on the blanket, now I'm off the blanket. So that's one reason I like using the blanket, because it gives me a reference of where I'm at. Put your navel in. My hands are helping a lot, keep my legs where they're at. So we're going to keep that push out. We're going to slide down your right leg, and then look at your left foot. Feel your love handle on that left side. Abs are in. I should call it a relief, but if I say love handle, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So don't allow your head to drop. Keep your chin lifted. We want to go the other direction. Look at your right foot, and keep your head over your shoulder. There we go. And again, I'm trying to keep my feet at 12 o'clock. And come up nice and tall. So when you come up, it doesn't feel like there's much, not that intense, like a whole stretch. Got the blocks. We're going to walk out. Round your spine. I want you to look straight down at the floor. Now you found your stretch again, yes? Walk the blocks over to your right foot. Keep pushing the left hip down. Don't let that left leg slide in. Keep it out. Walk all the way over to your left foot. Push your right hip down. Don't allow the right leg to come in. Come back out to the center. Find that big stretch again. You should feel like you're closer to the floor. Nice and easy walk up. Shouldn't feel like you're gonna stretch at all. Isn't it weird? You're like, oh, look how flexible I am. All right, bend your knee, bring it in, bend your other knee, bring it in, because we have to be safe with this stuff. Those are really deep stretches for us. Heels are together. And again, we're just gonna fold forward, now you're gonna feel your hips again. So extend your legs more. See how, so if I'm here, I have just like 4 to 6 inches, and then I let it drop. So even more than that, straighten your legs more. There you go. So turn your toes out now. Nice. Take a breath. As you exhale, slide the blanket towards you a few inches. Nope, just use your feet. Yep, put your feet. There you go. Again, take a breath. Exhale. Heels come a little closer. And you might have to change where your hands are because they might get in the way. Like I'd take my arms up and under. Take a breath. Exhale, pull your heels closer. Now you might have to move your tush, move the meat from under your seat. Take a breath. Exhale, pull them in. Now your arms might be in the way again, so you might have to take them out over the top. Inhale. Exhale, pull them closer. And roll up nice and easy. But it's kind of cool how you can do increments like that, and you're like, oh, look how flexible I'm becoming. It's nice. All right, let's go on our back. Right knee, left knee. Oh my gosh. Feet go on the floor, extend out, and feel your back say, oh my gosh, thank you. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face. Allow your body to feel heavy right now. We're going to bend your right knee and then your left knee. You're going to keep your shoulders on the floor and just drop your knees, both knees, to the right. The lower back stretch, make it happy. Take a breath, bring your legs up, and as you take them to the other side, exhale, release, keeping that right shoulder on the floor as you take the legs to the left. Bring your knees back up to 12 o'clock. Extend out with your right leg and then your left. Close down your eyes, get comfortable. Release the tension out of your upper back. Let your face feel light and at ease. Put your brain on autopilot. There's nothing to do right now except for relax. Deep breath in. And exhale. Let everything go. Deep breath in. Exhale. Roll towards the front of the room into fetal position. Wriggling your head with that lower arm, bringing your knees towards your chest. Inhale. Exhale, press yourself up into a seated position facing the front of the room. Arms are across your knees, palms are up towards the sky and open. Sit up nice and tall. Collect your thoughts. Deep breath in. Slowly exhale. Open your eyes, refocus. Namaste. Go in peace. Now it's time for that. I mean, I should know. So a little different yoga tonight. So this was, I'll just say, 2 steps closer to the way I used to teach. And I really do miss it. Oh yeah. I've been trying to figure out how to do a flow yoga again somewhere. Time. Oh my gosh, yeah.